Coming up on News2, an update from the Juan Luis Hospital after the announcement of layoffs and the reinstatement of the 8% salary reduction for all employees. 3 St. Croix schools were dismissed after a break in one of WAPA's main lines. Plus, the holiday season got its official jump start with Jump Up Friday night in Christiansted. After Black Friday and Cyber Monday, are those cash registers ringing? Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News2. I'm Sandra Mansing. Earlier today, water service was interrupted to Mid-Island, St. Croix due to a mainline break on the Queen Mary Highway west of the Superior Court. Several nearby communities, as well as 3 elementary schools, were affected.
While the evacuation and repairs were being made on the break, that was by the maintenance crews, the operations crews were able to reroute some of the water flow, and they were able to restore water to some of the lower lying areas between the state.
Meanwhile, service will be interrupted to a section of St. John Feeder number 7E on Tuesday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. while WAPA line crews complete a pole transfer by Little Plantation and Coral Bay. Areas affected by this interruption includes the south side of Coral Bay Ballpark, going south on routes 107 and 108 to Bordeaux Mountain. This encompasses Little Plantation, Calabash Boom, Johnson Bay, Hard Labor, Mandal, and Lamishire Bay. While the work is in progress, drivers are advised to use extreme caution and to observe traffic directions in the area for the safety of the crews and the public. Interim CEO of the Juan Luis Hospital and Medical Center in St. Croix, Dr. Kendall Griffith, announced that he, in collaboration with his executive team, had reached and made the difficult decision to lay off 15 Juan FLUE employees on Friday. They also made the decision to reinstate the 8% salary reduction for all hospital employees, beginning on the next government pay period of December 12, 2013. In a press release, Dr. Griffith stated that they arrived at this decision based on the hospital's dire financial crisis and specifically because of the impending need to reduce staff and make other unpopular financial decisions in order to continue to provide quality care to the people of the Virgin Islands.
The difficult decisions that are going to have to be made us looking at trying to improve their revenues by looking at their rebasing efforts and overall management is something that has to take place because we can't continue to allot early and given some of the obligations that they have outstanding, and they have a tremendous amount of obligations outstanding, we've got to begin to chip away at some of those because, one, it will end up in lawsuits with respect to the institution. Some of them are federal obligations, some of them are the pension system obligations. And I think one of the things that is very important for CMS, as is for just the hospital management itself, is to show that they have a plan of action to address these concerns.
And News2 will keep you updated. In other news, Black Friday, November 29th, Innovative Telephone experienced another outage due to copper wire theft to the company's outside plant. Telecommunication facilities on the island of St. Croix. Approximately 600 Innovative Telephone customers were deprived of their telephone service. Also on the evening of November 27th, 2013, approximately 6 spans of 300 and 400 pair cable were stolen from the following areas: Estate Cacahoon, Concordia, and Salt River. Now, these incidents mark the 14th in 4 months. It is imperative that residents remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities around Innovative's outside plant facilities. Purposeful disruption of telecommunication services is a federal offense because it may affect the ability of emergency responders and other individuals to communicate. Innovative has enlisted the aid of both the local and federal authorities in apprehending these perpetrators. Innovative officials are encouraging anyone with information concerning the theft to contact local authorities. Innovative apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause its customers. Crime Stoppers say thanks to you, the community, they are seeing a reduction in crime. If you know something, say something and help get the rest of the criminals off our streets. Remember, even the smallest bit of information may be just what is needed. Police on St. Croix say on Sunday, September 29th, about 6:45 p.m., 30-year-old Leodell Isles was shot and killed in the vicinity of a vacant parking lot across from Cane Bay Beach. A witness gave a description of a light-skinned male with dreadlocks leaving the area on foot. Please call if you can help police identify the killer. On St. John on Tuesday, November 22nd, during the day, someone entered Villa number 148 Estate Chocolate Hole and stole $800 from a wallet that also contained IDs and credit cards. Help police identify the thief. Officers on St. Thomas say on Wednesday, November 27th at 7:20 p.m. in the area of Lima's Laundry, a man in the company of several other men was shot when a vehicle in the parking lot and the occupants opened fire on him. Neither the victim nor the witnesses were able to provide a description of the vehicle or the shooters. Help put a stop to these shootings by telling police what you know about this shooting. Please continue to help make our community a safer place to live by submitting information on these or any other crimes by calling 1-800-222-8477 or by texting USVI plus your message to crimes at 274637. Your tips are completely anonymous, and the stateside operator speaks several languages. The minimum cash reward for the arrest of a homicide suspect is $1,500. For the arrest of an armed assailant, it's $900. For a thief, it's $536. Governor John P. DeYoung Jr. recently submitted proposed changes to Titles 11 and 29 of the Virgin Islands Code, proposing changes to the operations of the Economic Development Commission, Government Development Bank, Small Business Development Agency, Enterprise Zone, and Sustainable Tourism through arts-based revenue stream production, the STARS Act. To Senator Sean Michael Malone, who's the president of the 30th Legislature. As outlined in his letter to Senator Malone, the governor stated that the approval of these measures will go a long way towards giving us the tools to capitalize on the opportunities to create jobs, expand business creation, and ensure the competitiveness of the U.S. Virgin Islands. The collective impact of these measures is that it would provide us with the tools to expand our private sector. Well, today marks another big shopping event, not in stores, but online. You may have been one of those who grabbed your computers and clicked online for your wish list purchases for Cyber Monday. Plus a loom at what vendors expect this holiday season. News2's April Knight has that story.
Over the weekend, local shoppers flooded stores in the territory for their Black Friday shopping. This week, the same shoppers could be flocking online stores instead for one of the year's most popular shopping deals, Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is the biggest day of the year for online shopping. A survey conducted by Career Builder shows 54% of employees are planning to shop while at work today. That's up from 49% last year. In general, 131 million Americans are expected to shop online for Cyber Monday. Cyber sales are projected to top $1.8 billion. That would be a 13% jump over last year. All that shopping makes for a hectic day, not just for the online retailers, but shipping companies as well. FedEx alone expects it will move 22 million shipments for Cyber Monday. That's double the average daily amount.
Cyber Monday is not such a big deal for local stores, though. They expect to make their big sales through their physical stores this holiday season.
Instead, they're looking forward to Miracle on Main Street for holiday shoppers more than any other time.
Miracle on Main Street and the Christmas tree lighting. In demand, of course, cameras, electronics, and Pandora. And jewelry is another one.
The annual tradition scheduled for December 13 this year is all about store sales at Main Street and Emancipation Garden.
Specials on tablets, and then of course on cameras also. And then in Pandora we do have different specials where we have some that are the 12 days of Christmas.
And also features culture presentations and a lighted boat parade. With the U.S. economy making slow progress in terms of jobs creation, it's not completely out of the woods yet. And here in the territory, it might just impact buying this holiday season.
Definitely. It is a slow process, but it definitely has increased. And we're all hoping for a much, much better year than last year also.
April Knight for News2.
And of course, News2 will keep you updated on holiday events as we go further into the season. Well, after a bumpy launch of the new healthcare website, the White House promised its healthcare.gov would be ready for most Americans to shop for and purchase health insurance by Sunday after disastrous October 1st rollout. Susan McGinnis does a checkup on the site from Washington.
The White House says 50,000 people can now log on to healthcare.gov all at the same time.
We have a much more stable system that's reliably open for business.
Jeffrey Zines, who leads the president's website repair team, said in a conference call this weekend that after more than 400 bug fixes and software upgrades, the Obama administration met its December 1st goal, a working site for the vast majority of users.
The site is now stable and operating at its intended capacity with greatly improved performance.
Response times have improved from 8 seconds in late October to less than 1 second. Error rates have gone from 6% to less than 1%. Democrats applaud the progress.
Hopefully we're going to have Americans get access to that health care they desperately need.
Republicans argue once consumers get in, they won't like what they see.
Most Americans are going to find a less dynamic health system. They're going to find that the cost of the health care that they're able to purchase is going to be a lot higher.
Even with the improvements, the administration admits the site could still buckle under peak demand, which could happen soon. December 23rd is the final sign-up day to ensure coverage January 1st. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
And keeping our eye on the economy, early reports showed record crowds when shopping over the 4-day holiday weekend, but consumers spent less than last year. And in the not-too-distant future, your Amazon order could be delivered by a drone. Amazon says it is testing a drone delivery system that would deliver packages using small unmanned aircraft, which could be operational in less than 5 years. This is the New York Stock Exchange Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P all down. The Dow 77, Nasdaq 14, S&P 4. Coming up on News 2. The holiday cash registers were ringing. However, those who were not shopping were enjoying all the music and entertainment that Jump Up had to offer. Highlights. 2 $10,000 scholarships were presented to 2 University of the Virgin Islands students by the Wyndham Vacation Ownership, Inc. The scholarships were received by Demi Moore and Dania Dowling, both freshman students majoring in hospitality and tourism management. Wyndham also gave a grant of $5,000 to support UVI's hospitality and tourism management program. The company has separately provided $25,000 in funding to the VI Department of Education for several related territorial projects, including the Junior University program, which is operated by UVI. The holiday season got its official jump start with Jump Up Friday night in Christiansted, sponsored by the crew de Croix. The Flaming Gypsies Kids Troupe led off the festivities and were followed by a hard dancing tramp sponsored by the Gentlemen of Jones. Now, Sunday morning at Cane Bay Beach, it featured surfing and the usual Sunday fun day activities. Plus, Santa Claus made his annual arrival. All the good boys and girls got the chance to make gift requests before Santa takes off for the North Pole.
I've had requests for a camera, for a laptop, let's see, a big TV as big as the room. One young lady came, she said she wanted a man with a lot of money. I don't know about that one.
Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.